talking about Raw real quick before we get to the AEW stuff. I mentioned earlier how they kind of set the stage going forward with what we saw on Raw. We already talked about Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins and all that other stuff. No Money in the Bank qualifiers on Monday. I know the pay-per-view's not until July 2nd or whatever it was, but still a solid 4 weeks away. We only have, 3 Raws until then? I feel like it was a little surprising that there were no talk. I mean, we saw the briefcase hanging from the ceiling, or both briefcases hanging from the ceiling on Monday's Raw, but a little weird we had no talk of what the qualifiers would consist of for either the men's or women's Money in the Bank ladder matches this week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, usually, like you said, I think you put in your Raw review that, like, usually at this point we do get Money in the Bank qualifiers at this point, but we do have time. I mean, they also might not know what the hell they're doing, so maybe that's why. Maybe Cody was scheduled to win and now he's out. I really don't know. So maybe they're reorganizing the deck. Like I said, I think they have a month left. I feel like maybe if they start on tomorrow night. I mean, I wouldn't hate it. Start on SmackDown and then roll over to Raw, or they start on Raw. But I mean, anything later than next week would seem a little bit rushed. But I think they have a little bit less than a month now, so a couple weeks. I feel like when they do it so early, it's all like they do the segments, everyone's in the ring, and they all try to climb the ladder, and it's just tiresome. So maybe the longer they wait to actually do it, the less we get of that foolishness.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I still feel like you're right. They probably did throw their plans into a state of disarray with Cody Rhodes getting hurt. I wholeheartedly believe he was going to win. He obviously will not be in the match. They didn't outright say he wouldn't be in it, but it was weird. He's like, "Oh yeah, I might win the briefcase." It's like, dude, have you looked at your fucking shoulder? Like, what are you talking about? What'd you say?
You can still win.
You could patch it up and climb the ladder?
When's it be decided? I mean, if they really wanted to, you could fucking win it somehow. I mean, anything's possible. I mean, they could have a surprise entrance. Everyone's down. He just runs out there, one arm, fucking wins it, and he's out for the next 5 months. I don't know.
That is the dumbest thing. Not that they listen. I'm not calling you dumb. I'm just saying if they did, that would be one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, but then the thing is, he teased it, so it's like, I don't know. I feel like you wouldn't tease if you're. I don't know. I just felt like the tease was there for
I agree, but then they had Rollins attack him, so is it the idea that, okay, he may have been in it otherwise, which is still ridiculous to think. They even said, the funny thing is, before Rollins even attacked him, Corey on commentary was like, oh, he's getting surgery on Wednesday. All right, if he's getting surgery on Wednesday, in what fucking universe would he be ready to go in 4 weeks? I guess, is it the idea that Rollins attacked him? Oh, he dashed his hopes, and it's all Rollins' fault. I don't know. They didn't make that clear.
I mean, even if Rollins beat his ass, the surgery's still on Thursday, so what's the difference?
Exactly. So that's the thing. It's like, all right, he's still not going to be in it regardless. They made it. They didn't say that he was. It's not like they didn't say he was getting surgery. They said as Rhodes walked away before he got attacked, oh, he's getting surgery. So then why the fuck would they tease it if they knew for a fact that he wouldn't be in it? I just thought that was silly. Maybe they don't really know and they didn't want to confirm anything. It's probably going back to what you said earlier,
Yeah, like you said, they're going to put a little sling on him, let him run out there and win the briefcase.
It's so fucking dumb.
Got the MGM. You got to get Cody out there.
What'd you say?
They have the MGM. Cody's got to be there.
Hey, they got the MGM. He's got to be there. He's Dusty's kid.
Dusty's son's got to be there.
Exactly. I mean, they probably don't know what they're doing yet with the men because of that, but the women you would think they would have a better idea with, but they change their minds on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, so who knows. But any early candidates for who you think could win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match based on the current landscapes of Raw and SmackDown?
I mean, at this point, it's a live or die at this point. I mean, she should win hand over fist. I really don't even know who else you'd even have win it.
Raquel? I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not. I prefer a Liv, but I'm just saying Raquel seems like a possibility.
So I was trying to go through the 5 women they had. I kind of forgot. I mean, honestly, it's either Liv or Aaliyah at this point.
Do you want me to hang up the phone?
Yeah, I mean, but Raquel would be cool, but I think it has to be Liv. I mean, I just don't know. Raquel's she's a giant. She don't need a briefcase.
No, she doesn't.
Liv's the underdog. I mean. Dewdrop would feel like Otis, so no. Nikki Ash, no thanks. Becky, no. Asuka, no.
Where the fuck is Bayley?
Bayley, maybe not. Alexa Bliss, nah. Been there, I'd rather Liv win at this point. I like Alexa Bliss, but I'd rather Liv win at this point. So I think if anything, it's live or die at this point. You can't have anyone else win. Maybe Raquel, but I still would rather Liv one.
I agree. Did you know of the 5 women's Money in the Bank ladder matches they've done in the last 5 years that every winner, except for the first being Carmella, has cashed in that briefcase within 24 hours, either that same night or the next night on Raw? I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I was with you. Remember, I was with you at
2018
when Alexa Bliss won.
Yeah, and then I was there the following year when Bayley won.
Matches later.
What'd you say?
She cashed it in like 3 matches later against fucking Ronda and Nia Jax.
Yeah, and I was there for Money in the Bank the following year. They did the exact same thing with Bayley, which was great, but it's like, how lazy can you get? When they did it with Nikki Ash last year, I'm like, all right, they couldn't wait a fucking month. Like, come on.
God, love it.
Stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely lazy booking, but we'll see. I mean, I'm trying to think, well, who's SmackDown? SmackDown's Ronda. I don't know. I don't think they'd ever get to cash in twice, so we'll see. But I think there's more, like, running it out is definitely, like, someone like Liv, I feel like her as the briefcase holder, like, the briefcase also helps, like, keep them busy for a little bit. So once they have them win and then they're the champion, like, especially Nikki Ash, like, she won the belt and then everyone's like, I just don't care. Like, she didn't have that much fanfare behind her anyways.
Yeah, that was the problem. It could have worked.
Four marks that liked her, so, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Liv's a different case. Even if Liv won, I feel like I'd be a little bit more... If she cashed in immediately, I wouldn't be as mad because I feel like she's ready at this point. But, I mean, I think it would be pretty cool if she held the briefcase for a little bit as well and just, like, do other shit.